Hi guys, welcome back to Nebula Fox Toy Reviews, and also welcome to the final video of 2022. That's right, over the Christmas period, I'm not going to be filming or releasing any videos just because I want a week off, basically. I want to spend some time with my family, all that jazz. So yeah, this is the final video of 2022. Obviously, videos will continue next year in 2023. So yay, I'm hoping my first, or at least one of my first videos of 2023 is going to be my top 10 toys of 2022. So I'm really looking forward to filming that one. But anyway, for the final video of 2022, we are going to be taking a look at these four figures. These are the Jurassic World Dominion Ferocious packs, Wave 2. I've had these lying around for a very long time, and I've only just got around to filming them. And obviously, because they are Dominion figures, we are also going to be opening one of these Captives eggs. Fingers crossed it's going to be something different. I really want the Therizinosaurus. That's basically the only one I really want. The T-Rex would be nice as well, but mainly the Therizinosaurus. So anyway, let's get on with these figures. We have the baby Nasutoceratops, the Dimetrodon, the Atrociraptor, and Rugops Primus. I'm going to start by looking at the Nasutoceratops. So if I just pull these ones off to the side. Here is the Nasutoceratops baby. It is a really cute figure, and also just super duper basic. The eyes have been painted a little bit weirdly. The eye paint is actually on the molded eyeball, which is nice. But obviously this side, it's looking behind it. It's a bit worried. This side is fine. It looks like he's seen some shit, but he's fine. And this side is a little bit worried. But other than that, the paintwork on this figure is actually pretty nice. I mean, past here, the paintwork is non-existent. But on the face, it's really nicely done. So we've got like a blue wash over the frill with a little bit going down its back. And then obviously the beak and that's the lower half of the face is done in like an orangey colour. The horns are done in a grey. And also got the eyes done in yellow with a black pupil. For articulation, the head can move up and down, but can also swivel all the way around. The legs can go forward and backwards, both front and back legs, and the tail can be rotated a little bit, but it's kind of pointless. So, yeah, there isn't really a right lot to say about these figures, honestly. The detailing on him is really good. So, this is Jurassic World Dominion we're on about, so we can say that there are male and female dinosaurs because we have breeding facilities now. Excuse me. But yeah, so we've got some nice little ridges on the front, on its snout going down to the beak. These little nostrils are cute. Yes, we've got some really nice detailing. Kind of looks, got some wrinkling around the eyes. The detailing's a little softer on the main body and the tail, but the legs have some nice scaling, like nice skin detail. Under the feet, we just have the Jurassic World logo on that foot, and then that is that. For the DNA scan code, it is in the back. And there it is. There's the scan code for the baby Nasutoceratops. Pretty much 100% guarantee you've already got the scan code for all of these. If not from buying the figures yourself, you'll have them from other YouTubers. But, oh well. So that is the baby Nasutoceratops. He stands up really nicely because obviously he's on four legs. Up next, we'll look at the Atrociraptor. So this is Atrociraptor Red. And it is also the second release of this figure. The first release for this figure was with the Owen Escape Pack. So it came with Owen on a bike, Atrociraptor Red, Atrociraptor Pantera, and young Carnotaurus. I have not reviewed that set yet. It is, once again, still in my pile of to review things. But the paint app on this red is actually different to the red you get in that set. Because there's no paint on the legs on this one, and there's a little bit of a stripe on the Owen Escape set. And I believe the body is slightly different. The tail and the head are pretty much the same though, I think. But yeah, so the eyes on this copy of Red are painted quite nicely on both sides, which is good. The creamy coloured paint on the head has a bit of a shiny, glossy finish, whereas on the rest of the body, it's just all dull. Like, it's not shiny at all, which is a bit odd. If you open the mouth, the inside of the mouth is painted really nicely. Well, okay. The tongue and the little fleshy bits are painted nicely, and the teeth are also painted all right. The jaw is obviously moulded in this creamy coloured plastic, as is the tail, and the tail has the orange paint on it. I really like the arms for the Atrociraptors. The arms look cool. They tried to position them a little bit more scientifically accurate, so instead of the wrists being down like that, like the Velociraptors are, they're more facing inwards, which is like how dinosaur hands should be, at least the raptors. So they tried doing that a little bit, but they still point down a bit. And then you've got the legs, which have nice detailing on them as well. I do like the fact that the entirety of this figure looks painted because of the colours. There's nothing like with the Nasutoceratops, you can tell that the paint stops here and all of this bit is unpainted. Whereas it looks like all of the Atrociraptor is painted, but obviously you've got the arms and the legs that aren't. But it doesn't stand out too badly. So for articulation on the Atrociraptor, you can open and close the mouth. You can move the head up and down and all the way around. The arms can move forward and back. They sort of do soft ratchets into multiple positions rather than just a nice flowing joint, basically. And obviously the legs can move forward and back as well. Once again, softly thunking into place. And the tail can be rotated, but it looks a bit stupid when you do that. Excuse me. For the DNA scan code, here it is. If you're wondering as whether this one and the Owen Escape Pack Atrociraptor Red give different results, they don't. This scanner's the same figure in the app. But yeah, there's Atrociraptor Red scan code. And it hides. If you look at these figures from the top, the scan codes don't hide that well, but when you look at them from the side, it looks alright. Red, the Atrociraptor can stand up rather nicely. Despite it looking like he's a bit bow-legged, he can stand up. On to the next figure, which is the Dimetrodon. This is the figure I was mostly excited for in this wave, just because the original Dino Rivals Savage Strike Dimetrodon eluded me. It evaded me. I never actually managed to get hold of that one. The first Dominion Dimetrodon that was released was the Extreme Damage one, which seems to have been released everywhere but the UK. So this is officially the first, and actually also kind of officially the only, Dominion Dimetrodon the UK gets. I do have the Dr. Grant and Dimetrodon set, which is sort of like the wave mate of the Kayla Watson, the Pyroraptor that I reviewed last week. So that review will probably be coming at some point next year. But yeah, anyway, enough about that Dimetrodon. Let's look at this Dimetrodon. The sculpting, I honestly really like this sculpt. I prefer this sculpt to the original Dino Rivals one. I've seen plenty of pictures and videos of that Dino Rivals Dimetrodon. This one looks a lot nicer. The eyes are painted evenly on both sides. There's no sloppy eye paint. You've got the nice the face markings done in brown. Inside the mouth, once again, the tongue and the little fleshy bits are done alright. The actual roof of the mouth is not painted. The jaw is moulded in this creamy colour, and that creamy colour goes a little bit down the neck. You've got the sail, which is done really nicely. I believe it's moulded in this lighter brown colour. And then you've got this darker brown that's painted on it. And also goes onto the back a little bit. And then the rest of it is unpainted. But pretty much like the Atrociraptor, there's quite a bit of paint on it and different colour the unpainted bit doesn't really stand out that much. The only bit of unpainted that does stand out is this little bit of the sail that's on its neck. It's like they could have still painted that to go with the rest of it. Oh, so it had to have been moulded in the green plastic, but they could have painted it the brown. But oh well, it is what it is. For articulation, we can open and close the mouth. The head can move down, but it can't really move up because of the sail, but it can rotate. The legs can obviously move backwards and forwards, and you can rotate the tail, but once again, it looks stupid. The scan code is actually really well hidden on these ones, because it's in the spine. It is in the sail. So there you go. There's the DNA scan code for the Dimetrodon, for the Ferocious pack Dimetrodon at least. Just pause the video and scan away. So yeah, the Dimetrodon, I think is my favourite from this wave because it's quite a unique species. We've had ceratopses before, we've had raptors before, we've had tyrannosaurs, and it looks like a tyrannosaur. I'm not 100% sure. We've had other carnivorous dinosaurs like that before, but Dimetrodon's sort of a unique species to this wave. So I like it. And finally onto the Rugops primus. I'm not entirely sure why they've put the full scientific name for the Rugops and not the others. But oh well, it is what it is. It's sort of like with the Morus intrepidus from the first wave. They didn't really need to put the full name. They could have just said it as Morus. And like same with this one, they could have just put it's Rugops. But it works. So the detail on this guy is really damn good. So you can see on the muzzle, we've got lots of very fine scaling detail. Then that goes into some feathers along the back. Pretty much all of the back of this figure, including the tail, is feathers. Feathers stop about here, and then it's the scaling detail on the tip of the tail. The feathers also, it has some ever so slight feathers on. Actually, you know what? I'm using the tail of the Atrociraptor to point. It does have some fine feathering there on the back of its arms, and also some feathers going down the back of its thigh, but obviously the rest of the foot is chicken foot. So yeah, underneath is all scaled apart from the neck. Pretty much the entirety of the neck is feathered, so that is pretty cool. And we've got this nice little hump on its nose as well. The eyes on mine, once again, well, they're not painted the best, but it's not noticeable. This one is drooping ever so slightly, and that one seems to be taking a walk towards the nose. Excuse me. Yeah, this eye seems to be taking a wander towards the nose. Now, as per usual, the roof of the mouth is unpainted, but the inside, the tongue and the fleshy bits are. Most of the dinosaur is moulded in this greeny grey colour, and then you've got like black paint on it, apart from the tail that's moulded in the black. But yeah, this one sort of sticks out a little bit more with the unpaintedness, just because obviously the tail is unpainted, it's just moulded in black. The only really the scan code is moulded in black, the rest of it's moulded in the grey. So the only true bit of paint is the face and around the butt. But that's it. For articulation, however, you can open and close the mouth, which looks quite nice. And you can up and down and around the head. The arms can move. So these are Ferocious packs, so they don't have the in and out movement, but they do just have the forward and back movement. Same with the legs. Forward and back. And obviously rotate the tail, but that's stupid. One thing I will say about this figure is the dew claws look huge. I'm not 100% sure if Rugops had dew claws this big, but I thought they would have looked a bit more like the Atrociraptors. So there's little and, you know, down the side of the foot, rather than poking out, because that looks like it would be painful if it got them caught on something. But oh well. DNA scan code, once again in the back. Quite nicely hidden from the top. Well, from the side, not so much the top. Anyway, here is the Rugops scan code. Yep, scan away with that. I've heard people complaining about this dinosaur having feathers. Like, they've been adding feathers to the wrong dinosaurs. But I'm just glad that they're actually putting feathers on the dinosaurs to begin with. So, yeah. Let's bring all of these guys back in. And we got the Dimetrodon and the Nasutoceratops. And we'll have them in the background while I open this. I apologise for the coughing. I'm filming this off the back of the Figma Rengoku review, which was uploaded a few weeks ago. So, which is why there was once again no fursuit introduction. But oh well. Filmed at the same time, but not uploaded at the same time. Obviously, like within one after the other. Right, let's hope I got a new thing. Please be a new thing. Hold up. This pack does not want to open. Oh, there we go. Right, let's have a look. What do we have? Where's the card? There it is. Ah, Carnotaurus again. I've already got multiple I've already got a Carnotaurus. But oh well, it is what it is. I'm actually kind of, you know, to say I've got another Carnotaurus already, but at least it's not another Giga. So yeah, here we go. Carnotaurus. I shall put him in there. Because if you've noticed, I have been putting the figure, the captive's figure that we get from the egg in the video is in the thumbnail somewhere. I try and hide them, it doesn't always work. But yeah, that was that. Sort of a bit of a rushed video, mainly just because, like I said, lots of people have already reviewed these, so I didn't need to go into too much detail about them, but just needed to give my thoughts and opinions on the figures, really. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I shall see you all in the next video, whatever that'll be. Bye!